What's going on, guys? It's another video, but it's not going to be that long, and unfortunately for most people, it's not going to be anything that's very helpful at all. I'm just kind of letting people know we're not dead because people keep asking you, "Are you dead? Did your channel die?" Well, the channel might have died, but we have not. We are still alive. We occasionally play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through basically the finish of this server that's going to be reset soon. Totally incomplete project. It was just me playing, so everything was created by me. This is on an FTB Inventions server. I named it the Captain Corporation, as I mainly do name all of my bases. This is a much more baby version of the Captain Corporation. If you saw the other video of the huge nuclear plant that I made, this was basically just started out as a little hovel in the side of a mountain, and I built on it and built on it and built on it until eventually it turned into this. So I'm just going to run through it real quick, and you can listen to the sweet sound of my sultry voice for a few minutes here. Level 1, and I have them named up here, was the main AE network, autocrafting, ore processing, monitoring station, and reception area. So this is a little reception area. Got this little gig going on here. The system monitoring over here was basically to monitor all of my power and stuff. I had bigger plans for this. You see I have some slots that aren't being used up over there. These were MFSUs, which are monitoring the power levels in there. We have stuff that's currently crafting, so if is something crafting in my network, so let's say if I wanted to make a solar panel, let's grab a couple out of here, maybe a redstone solar panel. Okay, so if I start to craft that, see, it'll tell me what it's crafting, and it'll tell me each of the 4 CPUs that I have. Yeah, so I can see what's going on there. Not that I would stand here to watch it, but whatever. These are monitoring nuclear reactors. These are just the 4 nukes that are on my mid-level, which are MOX nukes. We'll look at those in just one second. This is resource monitoring over here. Got a little... there's a lot of lag right now. Anyways, that's a link to... This is a subnet. This is just a wall of stuff that I made so I could see certain things of what's going on. I got a bunch of titanium down there. Load of emeralds, what I ended up using for EMC, because EE3 is in this pack. I just used blocks of emeralds eventually, and I had an infinite amount of EMC, so that's that. So yeah, this is the little lobby and reception area of the mini Captain Corp. Inside here, this is where basically all the magic happened. This is where all of my auto-crafting happens, right on this main level. We could not use P2P tunnels in this pack or on the server because they were disabled. See, I got some holes in the ceiling there. So I had to, unfortunately, stick with the use of dense cabling all over the place. So that is why you don't see a nice, clean little P2P network going on here. On this side of the room, these are my auto crafting rigs. I have 4 of them. This is one on this wall here, on this wall here. I know they could have been built a little bit better if they were separated with the space between each one, because I could have put more chambers on each interface, but that was not what I cared about. I just wanted to make like big server looking things. So this is where all my crafting happens. These are not just 3 high, they're much thicker than this. You just can't see them behind the wall. Again, monitors on the sides to tell me what's crafting. So if I make another solar panel, which I'm pretty sure I probably can. There's a little bit of lag going on right now. Alright, so yeah, these require a whole bunch of resources. So anyways, this is making a redstone solar panel. You can see that happening right up in here, and again, there we go. There's my system. Choo choo choo. Oh, units. The unit speed for the processors was reduced also on the server, as well as P2P tunnels, probably to reduce TPS, so on and so forth. One of the more difficult recipes in this pack was the quarry, and the quarry needed titanium, and to get titanium you need to use Tech Reborn, which is an updated version of basically GregTech. Recipes were not as hard as GregTech for the whole pack, but definitely had to use the industrial blast furnace to get that. Have an implosion compressor up here, which I needed for some sort of compressed iridium. All my ore processing went through this industrial grinder here, so anything that could be thrown through the grinder was because of all the byproducts that it would create. These are my crafting towers here. I'm not really going to go into a lot of depth, but basically everything was set to autocraft, no matter what it was. If you look inside my interface terminal here, we can see all my patterns linked up. I got alloy smelters, compressors, extractors, which I didn't end up using, fluid transposers, making tesseracts, and so on and so forth, induction smelter, inscriber. These are for each of the inscribers. You'll see on my right in a second here. These were all automated. Put a metal former to make all my plates and stuff for Tech Reborn, and these are all my patterns inside my interfaces on those crafting walls over there. I was actually afraid I was going to run out, but I didn't. Didn't use rolling machine. Here's my sag mill, throwing all those recipes in there. So yeah, everything was on autocraft. The facility was geared toward nuclear because it turned out to be actually a really viable option in this pack to create RF. So I have a lot of uranium, a lot of tiny piles of uranium, fuel rods. I was actually up to right around 2,500 plutonium per day, and that number would have more than quadrupled, I think, had I actually finished this. And the idea was I was going to make a lot of radioisotopic generators to generate energy infinitely, so I could strip myself of all reliance on any other sort of power. That never happened. Here's my controller up top here. Can't really see what's going on above that, but again, a little bit messy with the dense cabling. This is kind of just plopped here. Definitely wouldn't have left that there if I really wanted to put the finishing touches on this place, but whatever. So yeah, these are my towers. This is where you can see the power strip going up the middle. Most of these are 32 channel towers, with the exception of this tower. It's only 24. All of my autocrafting for stuff that uses EU as power was happening here. These were processing all of my things that actually we can just take a look inside here really quick, just disable these things. These are processing all of my ores that couldn't go through the industrial grinder, so that stuff was happening here. You can look inside the interfaces here. All that crap was going through there, making lapis lazuli bars or whatever. I don't even know what I was doing with any of this anymore. But yeah, so I have the magma crucibles were doing up the gelid cryothium. That was on autocraft. Resonant ender, tesseracts on autocraft, all that kind of stuff. There's a glowstone one back here. That was autocrafting something. I don't even know. I think something for jetpacks, induction smelters, and so on and so forth. These were my recyclers for the mass fabricator up top here. I actually ended up with some UU matter. Really sucks though now because it takes so long to replicate one single thing, and you need so much UU matter and so much power. Got my canning machine back there, rolling machine there, which I never used. This tower, this was handling all of my processors and presses. Everything was automated in here. Somehow I managed to fit everything into this nice 3x3 boxes and have it all work out. This tower is really, it doesn't work at all. I was using throwing ruby dust through here to try to get some byproducts for the fusion reactor, which is impossible to make in this version of the pack because so many recipes are broken. They're fixed now, which is great, but couldn't use any of these things. Centrifuge, all of it was broken, which really sucks. This is where all of my nuclear stuff is happening, so this is just cranking out fuel rods infinitely. My MOX fuel goes through there. Ore washing. Yeah, this is what was going on here. Had a few Ender IO crafters set up to do my MOX fuel rods. Just thought it was a neat little use of that there. So yeah, that's what's going on up here. This is where all the magic happened. All the magic happened, all boxed up into these neat little towers. Again, this is pretty ugly, just kind of sitting here. And so are all the dense cables up here. Pretty ugly because couldn't use P2P tunnels, but couldn't cry about it, so I just rolled with it. Second level down here in the bottom was nuclear power and mining lasers. All right, on this level, so we got the mining lasers here. There's two of them running. One of them's turned on, one of them's turned off. I kind of shut off just about everything in the base just because I wasn't using anything. That's mining laser 1, and you'll see the mining lasers on multiple levels. You'll see the beam going down through them. Mining laser 2, we have MOX nukes. These were the only nuclear reactors that I had converted to MOX. I was in the process of converting the ones downstairs to it, but again, didn't finish. This was a nuclear network. I was keeping a bunch of stuff on its own separate subnet here. My capacitor bank with holds 3 trillion RF. Right now, there's not really anything going in or out because nothing is really using power except for one mining laser. These are my MOX nukes. I'll peek inside here really quick. These are running at about 10,000 heat. They're running pretty hot, but they are putting out, they're putting out about 1,040, give or take-ish, between all of them, EU per tick, which converts to over 4,000 RF per tick, which is fantastic. So again, these produce a lot of power, totally renewable, totally safe. This will never blow up. These things are fully automated with the MOX cells. Ow, ow, ow. You die if you even come close to here, which is why I have little warnings all over the place. Back in here, little bit messy, but it was buried for a reason. These are the radioisotope thermoelectric generators. The pellets of RTG fuel were the hard thing to craft in this because they required plutonium, but again, this was my plan to run with a whole huge engine room full of these things. Didn't quite get there. Got my thermal monitors monitoring the temperature so they never get hot, never explodes, everything's super safe because that's the way I build my nuclear things. And that's what's on this level here. Oh, this is like below the crafting room. Just a bunch of crap down here. Kind of my free space. Here's the MFSUs that you saw on the monitoring station. Here's all my stuff. Some iridium in there. Blocks of emeralds. Again, I had infinite EMC, so nothing resource-wise was really a problem. This level is a work in progress, never really finished. This is the bottom where all of my inputs and outputs for energy is. I have an ultimate solar panel, which took a long time to make on the mining world, and turns out the Tesseracts have a power limitation, so needed multiple Tesseracts to handle incoming power. Mining lasers on the second floor down here, they go down very far, and they're green because they're loaded with green laser focuses, so pull up all my emeralds, and what I was really after actually was uranium. So that's why you see the beam is green there. Got my quantum suit junk. This is where my enchanting stuff happened down here. Yeah, just had a bunch of books and stuff in here to make all that sort of love happen. And that was really it for this level. There's a lot of carpenter blocks in this base too. Holy crap. Everyone that came over here just complained about the lag. But whatever. Suck it up. Finally, the bottom level. And I'm sorry, this is not some super spectacular finish like the last video on the Captain Corp was. Because again, this was my entire base. The Captain Corp was built entirely separate. Didn't end up fixing that. Was going to, but I was just like, I'm just going to leave it. This is where all the nukes are down here that I was going to convert to MOX cells. My little room. Inside here, this was my original reactor layout, so it was running off quad fuel cells. These only put out 360 EU per tick, so I'm getting significantly less EU per tick down here than I am upstairs. But had I converted all these, it would have been over 64,000 RF per tick. And I would have been churning out plutonium like crazy, that was my end game, that was my plan. Didn't end up turning out that way. Used a little bit of immersive engineering down here to send power to my Tesseract pods underneath the walkway. This is my quantum link chamber to get my network down here. There's an access point somewhere, I don't even know where it is. But anyways, yeah, this was going to be where the real magic happened. Anyways. That's pretty much it. There's nothing really else in this place. I can kind of show you open sesame. Oh, and for anybody that's asking, because I always get the question, the little signs that are all over the place, nice, neat, colorful signs, these are advanced information panels. And you can use all the different kits that come from nuclear control to make all the magic that you saw happen. Okay, it's really hot back here. This is kind of what it looks like in the undercarriage of this disaster here. Just quarried out a big hole. It was easier to build down than it was to build up, because if you build up, you got to make it look pretty. Which I did start to do, actually, and this is where I'll end the video. I did build up and didn't really do anything with the top because it was so much work, and sometimes you burn out when you're just trying to make stuff look pretty. But this was what the outside of the place looked like. Again, my first choice would not have been little torches all over the place. You can see the back is not finished there. I did have plans for that. My little sign might piss a few people off. I love you all. Anyways, so yeah, this was the Captain Corp from the top. Sorry, it's a little FPS-y right now. So kind of cool. Again, I had plans for the back of this. I did build into a mountain, so I would have had to level this whole mountain down. I'm not really sure what else I would have done out here. Inside of here, this was going to be like my main hub. I started to build teleporters, didn't finish them, but started to build teleporters. A little room up here is going to kind of make my little captain's quarters where I could look out on all my glorious kingdom. But yeah, that's really it. So sorry for everyone that's been looking forward to videos and that hasn't seen them because we aren't making them right now. We still love you anyways. And that's it, just a little video update. FTB Inventions, servers resetting. Maybe I'll do another little walkthrough if I do play and build a base. But other than that, thank you guys for staying subscribed. Thanks for watching this video. And as always, stay savvy and stay poised.